everybody. Today is Thursday, the 2nd of July. Tim back with you for the next episode of Tim Talk with your host, me, myself, and I, Mr. Timothy Flood. Don't got a whole lot to talk about today, but I'm sure we can figure some stuff out. Well, let's start off by saying I went to the doctor to get all this folliculitis outbreak taken care of, and the doctor got me some prescriptions written out, and I guess I'll run out and pick them up tomorrow. Get all this. Usually goes away in 2 or 3 days once I start the antibiotic. So, we'll get that started tomorrow. And it was another scorcher today. I think it's the hottest day of the year. I think we had some heat indexes in around 115 or something like that. And my goodness, the humidity. I've been in South Carolina before when it was 110, but it was a real dry heat. There was no humidity, and that didn't bother me, But I'm telling you what, here it gets in the 90s, and you got that high humidity. It makes it feel like it's 115, 120. That's just miserable. As you step out, you can't even hardly breathe. It's hard to catch a breath. It's like you're in a furnace, But we stayed hydrated. We kept our electrolytes up and stayed. The air stayed on, and we got through it. We've had a 4-day long heat warning in effect. And I think today was the last day of it. I hope they sure didn't extend it to another 3 or 4 days. But, I mean, it's July in the South. What do you expect? You're going to have some hot days like that. Of course, my stupid butt waited until yesterday to go out and mow and weed eat and do all that work. I did it early, though. I tried to get out there early. Got out there about 11 and got finished up around 1:30. I didn't have a big yard. Mom's just got a lot of flyers that I got to mow around, so it takes a lot of time. I took a couple 3 breaks too this time. Used to I go just straight on through, but that was impossible. I'm gonna tell you, probably should have took a couple 3 more breaks, to be honest with you. But anyway, it's been hot. It's been hot. Trying to think of anything else that's happened over the last day or two. Oh yeah, last night the World Cup, which the USA beat Bosnia and 2-0, and that referee, my gosh, Klaus, whatever his name is, threw that red card on one of our best players. So the second half, we had to play a man short, and one of our best scorers ain't going to be available for the game against Belgium on Monday because he threw that red card, and it was not intentional. You can look at it, and people kept saying it, which I didn't see the video, but everybody kept saying that Lionel Messi from Argentina, that he had done the exact same thing earlier in the day in their game, and he didn't even get a yellow card. But that dude threw, I don't know, it seems a bit suspicious. Took away a couple of our goals. One of them, they said we were offsides. We were not offsides. The one, I'll give them that. We were offsides on that one, so I'll give them that one. But if I noticed too that the Americans, their passing was off all night last night for some reason. Bosnia, their passing was straight on. They had some good looks, but we played good defense. But I'm excited for the game on Monday. I know we're going to be playing without. I think his name's Flo Balogun, and he is a beast, man. He's fast, he's accurate, he's tough. Man, it's gonna hurt. Somebody's gonna have to step up. He had already scored 3 goals throughout the World Cup so far. 3 goals already, and now we gotta find somebody to step in and take over. So let me think. What else? Let's see. Went to the doctor. Mowed the grass. Guess I talked about my therapist visit on Tuesday. So I won't go into that anymore, other than just to say that I really like my therapist and everything. I like talking to him. It's good to have a nonpartisan voiced person to talk to, voice to hear. I don't agree with everything he says, but I don't have to. And he says I don't have to. That's what's good about him. And we have so many similarities. We work, we work things out the same way. We share a lot of the same passions and likes, and he's just I'm glad I found them, because they've helped me a lot. Still been doing my exercises and eating healthy, eating right after I took that 3-day hiatus. But now I'm right back to where I was at. Took me 4 or 5 days, but I got back here. So happy about that. I'm not overweight at all. I got a little bit extra on me, but for 50 years old, I don't think it's too much at all. And I've gotten back down. Like I said, when Luke passed, I was 48 then. I'd gotten back down to around 162, 165. And had my abs showing again. Still had a little bit of the love handles there, but my abs were showing, and I was my muscles were tight everywhere. They're getting back there. They're working. I walk about 15,000 steps a day. I try to, and that's with a weighted backpack. I think it's 30 pounds, maybe just 25 pounds. And then I also do 1,000 steps of farmer's walk with a 35-pound dumbbell in each hand. So it's coming off pretty easy. You just watch what you eat and stay away from sugars and breads and just the good stuff. Added sugars, really. I sweeten everything with honey, all natural, organic, unfiltered honey. It's the best thing. There's two two brands that I like. There's the Fisher's brand, and then there's the Local Hive, I think is what it's called. And they got different areas of the country that they make different honeys. And I think I always get the Great Lakes bottle, and it's really good. It's really expensive, but it's really good. Fisher's is a little bit cheaper, but it's good. It's good. Like I said, it sweetens good, but I just don't think it's as good as the Local Hive. They're both, but they're both unfiltered, organic, unfiltered, natural honey. So it's good for you. And then I put a lot of cinnamon and ginger in the stuff that I eat. A lot of cayenne pepper. I just put a lot of pepper because it's a thermal thing. It helps. The ginger and the cinnamon help with achy joints and stuff like that. The cayenne pepper and the just regular pepper and all that. It's like a thermal thing. It helps add burning power as you're trying to lose weight. And I've been eating fairly good. I ate a lot of salmon, a lot of lean beef. I ate sardines and herring and mackerel. All those are very, and all of them I like to get them in olive oil because it comes, all those, that olive oil and those type of fish have the really good omega-3 fatty acids that you need to regulate your cholesterol, and it's very high protein, and it's just a good fat. So it just helps you burn the bad fat, the visceral fat. But, I also eat, a Greek yogurt with, like I said, I'll put some cinnamon and some ginger and some flax and chia seeds in there, and then I put some berries. I get the berry medley mix frozen, and I know I'm going to make me a homemade yogurt dessert. I'll set the fruits out in a bowl at room temperature for about an hour, and they're thawed out good enough. Put that in there, and then dab a little bit of honey on it just to add some sweetness to it. And it's so good. It's so good for you. But yeah, I just eat healthy. I eat a lot of beans too. A lot of beans. I like beans and black-eyed peas and a lot of vegetables, broccoli, frozen broccoli, sweet potatoes, superfood there. A lot of sweet potatoes. A lot of bran. I eat a lot of bran, raisin bran for breakfast. Shredded mini wheats. I eat those. I eat the Crispix. Any ones, Honey Nut Cheerios. Any of them that's got the heart on the box, heart healthy. I'll partake in that. And I don't add anything to my cereal, just milk. a lot of meat too. Getting back to the meat, I also eat a lot of like turkey burgers and turkey sausage, and I buy ground turkey and make tacos and all kinds of stuff like that with the turkey meat instead of ground beef. I use ground turkey. It's leaner. It's better for you. And it tastes, once you get used, I don't really taste that big a difference in it anymore. Actually, I prefer the taste of ground turkey and turkey burgers and stuff. So I grew up on a farm, man. I eat anything. I'll eat anything. It just, you put it in front of me. I mean, I ain't getting, when I say I eat anything, I ain't scared to eat the healthy stuff along with dieting, because I know it'll move it along a lot further. And I don't like for any nutrition. I get enough protein, enough electrolytes. I drink about 16-ounce bottles of water a day. I stay away from sodas, candy, cakes, pies, any kind of highly processed foods. I'll generally try to stay away from. I mean, maybe once or twice a week I might eat a can of like mini raviolis or something. Because, man, Italian food is my thing. And they're really not that bad. I mean, they're not bad if you do it like you do it once every week, a week or two. And I'll throw some grated Parmesan on there, and man, that's just the good stuff. I do. I love ravioli. I love spaghetti. I love lasagna. Man, I can't eat it. I can't eat it. All right, there's somebody out my window. Hold on just a second. All right, I'm back. It's just a neighbor across the street. I guess they have a guest pull up, and it looked to me like somebody that was trying to hide behind a shrub. Kind of find out it was just one of those little moped things. I guess they drove one of those moped things off, and the front end just kind of looked. I don't know. I'm silly sometimes. I just try to look out for people. Can't help your neighbors. You ain't no good for nothing, is the way I think. Jesus said, love thy neighbor as thyself. Love your enemy as yourself. He said, if someone asks for something, if they ask for your old, ragged, worn out winter coat, give them your best one that you got, and that's the way we're supposed to live. That's the way I try to live. I am so unmaterialistic, it's not even funny. Like, I won't even buy, I buy most of my clothes at like Goodwill. All my jeans that I have right now all come from Goodwill. Half my shirts, if somebody asks me what I want, for a birthday or Christmas, I always just tell them socks and t-shirts, and other than that, I don't long for materialistic things like fancy cars and diamond rings and big old fancy houses and all that foolishness that you can't take with you when you leave. You see all this stuff back here on the wall. That's all my son's stuff. He wasn't really materialistic either. He had a few things, but mainly books and movies and stuff. Like, if I do get something, it's usually just like a movie, or used to be. I mean, since he's passed, I haven't gotten anything for myself. Not a thing, and I don't want anything. There's nothing that I want. There's nothing that I desire. My My only desire now is to live for God and be reunited with my son again in paradise, heaven, glory, whatever you want to call it. There's people that are going to say it's a different thing, but it ain't. It's all the same thing. Heaven and paradise and glory and, whatever you want to call it. It's your prerogative. A lot of times I'll call it heaven. I'll call it paradise a lot. And, it's, I surrendered all of my hope, all of my faith, all of my love, all of my trust. In my whole life, I surrendered that unto the Heavenly Father. And in Him, all of that will remain for all eternity. My love for Him can and never will be broken. It can't be broken. It's unbreakable. My love for Him is eternal and forever. And it is the purest and the strongest love that there is. I love God, my Father, more than anything or anyone. And that's my path. That's what I live for now. Of course, I still love my kids and take care of my kids, and my grandchildren they have my heart. They are my heart. And but all that is secondary to God, because without God, you don't have any of that. Without God, I wouldn't have had Luke to lose. He gave me him. He gave me him for 29 years, and they were 29 of the best. They were just, I just miss him so much. I just can't even put into words. I don't think any bereaved parent that truly had that parental love that one is supposed to have, and that connection and that closeness with their child. Any bereaved parent, I don't think can put it into words. The feelings that you go through, the despair, the grief, the sadness, the destruction. I do know that, I think I told you this on the last podcast, but I'm going to bring it up again because it's just so powerful to me that when one like us loses a child, it is so destructive and so I can't even think of the word. So crushing and so immense and so big and so just unnatural that it literally, this comes from neuroscience, a brain, a neuro doctor, I guess it's a neurologist, that it literally rewires the bereaved person's mind because they can't. It is impossible to Oh no, I can't think of the word. It's impossible to comprehend that happened, because never, ever, ever did you think that was supposed to happen that way, and you become a new person. You are literally a changed person. You are a new person with new personality traits. You lose certain things, you gain certain things, and you'll never be who you were before. So in a way, as I sit here and my brain's constantly racing, thinking, blah, 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 trying to make sense of all of this. And, but as I sit here and I think one of the things that hurt me the most is I always knew, and I still know in my spirit, that Luke is better off in heaven. He's not feeling any more pain or grief or sadness. But my fleshly, I don't want to say greed, but selfishness maybe. I always tell everybody, I know I'm going to see Luke again, but I'm never going to spend any time with the version of Luke that was here, the earthly Luke. And I loved the earthly Luke, my oldest son, my best friend. And that's what hurts the most. But at the same time, as I think about it, he's not going to see the me, because I've changed so much. He's never going to see the version of me that he saw last. So I guess we both lost that as he passed, as he moved on. And I don't want to say I just don't know how to explain it. I'm the type of person that, in order to understand something, I have to be able to break it down, examine everything, and then put it all back together to understand it and to make it make sense. Well, when you've lost a child and there's no cause of death, there's no way to do that. And it leaves you in a limbo, and it leaves your mind in a scrambled mess. And you start to worry about losing the memories because your mind is so messed up. But I can't lose the memories. And that's why I think about him every day. I don't want to lose those memories. I'm not going to lose those memories. I'm going to keep them. I'm going to do everything that I have to do to keep those memories, because those memories are all I have left right now. And I don't want to lose them. I'm not going to lose them. And I guess that's why my therapists get maybe frustrated with me. I don't know if they get frustrated with me or not. But, I mean, if they do, they do. They've never been where I'm at. And I'm just going to say that they say, I mean, come on. When you start thinking about Luke, they say, train yourself to think about something else. Well, no. Because if I do that, the less I think about him, those memories will start dropping away. I'm going to tell you, they will. And I don't want to lose any of them. I'm going to keep all that I got left. It's only fair that I get to keep that. I know it's made me a different person, and I know that I'm not capable of doing all that I could do before. And my heart it's always broken. It's never going to be healed. I still have my love, and the equal love that I had for Luke, for the rest of my children and my grandchildren and my stepkids. And of course, my mama and my brothers, my nieces and nephews, my family, and my dear close friends. I still have that love. That's not going away. It's hard. That's why I said it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain what a bereaved parent goes through. They can be heartbroken and sad and in the middle of a breakdown, and they can put that mask on. We can put that mask on and appear to be totally fine, but we're not. At all times, we're broken. Sometimes there may be happiness on top of it. Sometimes we may laugh. You know, sometimes we may get into a meaningful conversation. You know, but at all times we are completely broken. That's the way I believe. If you truly loved that, if you truly loved your child, that's the way it is. That's just the way it is. And I did. I loved Luke so much. So much. Maybe too much. I don't know. I don't think this thing is too much love. I think that's just a silly thing that I just said. I don't believe that, not for a minute. But, on pause here. I had a thing. I gotta go take some of my medicine. I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Got that taken care of. So, I'm going on about 32 minutes. We'll talk a little bit more. I think I got some. I got some reading here I'd like to do for everybody. We'll put it right there. In case anybody did not or has not ever read the New Testament, let me start with Matthew, first book of the New Testament. And in the first chapter, it talks about the generations from Abraham to Christ. And it's 42 generations. And just, I'm not sure where in the Old Testament it says it, but it talks something about 1,000 generations from Abraham until the Messiah comes, and it was only 42. So, that 1,000 year reign crap that people talk about in Revelation, it was never meant to be 1,000 years. They just, I think it was a word mistranslation or something like that. Anyway, it talks about, in chapter 2, it talks about Jesus being born in Bethlehem in Judea. So he was really a Jew. People that were born outside of Judea weren't truly Jews, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. Real, authentic Jews have to come from Judea. Any of the other tribes they're called Israelites, or they were called Israelites. It's weird. All Jews are Israelites, but all Israelites are not Jews. So, yeah. When he was born, King Herod at the time heard of the birth, and he sent out a decree to have all male children from well, first he told him to go find the child and bring the child to him, and of course he was gonna be done with him if they'd have done that. And so God warned Joseph and Mary in a dream not to go to Herod, and so I think they departed. I think they went to Egypt and stayed there until the death of Herod. And I think I thought maybe I was wrong. He sent the magic king to come over. And heroes. And Herod. Oh, okay. So here it is. Yeah, he did. When the wise men didn't bring the child back, Herod got really, really angry, and he killed all the children in Bethlehem that were 2 years old and under. He was so evil. And after Herod died, angel of the Lord appeared and told Joseph that they could go back to Israel. So they did. And I think when they went back, they actually went back to Galilee. And then they also dwelt in a city called Nazareth. Because he shall be called a Nazarene. That fulfilled one of the prophets' sayings that the Messiah was going to be a Nazarene, or would be called a Nazarene. But really, he was a Jewish Bethlehemian. I guess that's how you'd say that. I don't know. I'm just skimming through this. Don't really get too far into it. So in chapter 3, it talks about John the Baptist preaching in the wilderness in Judea and saying, "Repent ye, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand." The kingdom of heaven is at hand. John the Baptist was even saying that. So you know that it happened at hand during that time. So, for this is he that was spoken of by the prophet Esaias, saying, the voice of one crying in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of the Lord, make his paths straight. And the same John had a raiment of camel's hair, and a leather girdle about his loin, and his meat was locusts and wild honey. And locusts is not, a lot of people don't understand. And when they say locusts here, it's not an animal. A locust was a fruit or a nut or something from that area, and that's what he ate. Then he went out to him Jerusalem and all Judea and all the region round about Jordan, and were baptized of him in Jordan, confessing their sins. But when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees come to his baptism, he said unto them, O generation of vipers, who hath warned you to flee from the wrath to come? Bring forth therefore fruits meet for repentance. And think not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham to our father. For I say unto you that God is able of these stones to raise up children unto Abraham. And now also the axe is laid unto the root of the trees. Therefore every tree which bringeth not forth good fruit, is hewn down and cast into the fire. So basically what he's saying is, the time has come for the children of Israel being the chosen. That's what he's saying. That's why he's saying, God can raise stones to become children unto Abraham. He can make the stones worship and do the things that they were supposed to do. And he said, the time has come. And he says, the axe is laid into the root of the trees. The trees are the Israelites. And the root, it means that he's turning his back on them. He's not really turning his back on them. He's just not. They're going to be punished for their misdeeds. So, and then he goes on to say, I indeed baptize you with water unto repentance. But he that cometh after me is mightier than I, whose shoes I am not worthy to bear. He shall baptize you with the Holy Ghost and with fire, whose fan is in his hand, and he will thoroughly purge his floor and gather his wheat into the garner, but he will burn up the chaff with unquenchable fire. Then cometh Jesus from Galilee to Jordan, to John, to be baptized of him. But John forbade him, saying, I have need to be baptized of thee, and comest thou to me? And Jesus answering said unto him, Suffer it to be so now, for thus it becometh us to fulfill a righteousness. Then he suffered him. And Jesus, when he was baptized, went up straightway out of the water, and lo, the heavens were opened unto him, and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and lighting upon him. And lo, a voice from heaven said, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. So for anybody that says Jesus was God, okay, if Jesus was God, then who was that? Who the heck was that speaking from heaven saying, "This is my son in whom I am well pleased"? Oh my gosh. Could it have been God the Father and Christ saying that about Christ, his son? Two different entities, two different. Anybody that says they're the same, I just want to. But I digress. Yeah, when then Jesus led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, "If thou be the Son of God, command these stones be made bread." But he answered and said, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God." Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and setteth him on the pinnacle of the temple, and saith unto him, "If thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone." Jesus said to him, "It is written, Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God." And again, the devil taketh him up into an exceedingly high mountain, sheweth him the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them. And he saith unto him, "All these things I will give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me." Then saith Jesus unto him, "Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve." Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. Now when Jesus had heard that John was cast into prison, he departed into Galilee. And leaving Nazareth, he came and dwelt in Capernaum, which is upon the sea coast, in the borders of Zebulun and Nephthalim. Yeah, I couldn't. Man, my eyes are so bad. Nephthalim. Almost sounds like Nephilim. That's a story for another day. That it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Esaias the prophet, saying, "The land of Zebulun and the land of Nephthalim, by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles. The people which sat in the darkness saw great light. And to them which sat in the region and shadow of death, light is sprung up." From the time Jesus began to preach and say, "Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand," and Jesus, walking by the Sea of Galilee, saw two brethren, Simon called Peter and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And he saith unto them, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." And they straightway left their nets and followed him. And going on from thence, he saw two brethren, James, the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, James and John, in a ship with Zebedee their father, mending their nets, and he called them. And immediately they left the ship and their father and followed him. And Jesus went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, healing all manner of sickness and all manner of disease among the people. And his fame went throughout all Syria, And they brought unto him all sick people that were taken with divers diseases and torments, and those which were possessed of devils, and those which were lunatic, and those who had the palsy, and he healed them. And there followed him great multitudes from Galilee, and from Decapolis, and from Jerusalem, and from Judea, and from beyond Jordan. Okay, it's 50 minutes. We're going to go through 5, and then I'm going to wrap this up. 5, this is the Beatitudes. And saying the multitudes, he went up into the mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is henceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father, which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I come not to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. So this is saying till heaven and earth pass, the new heaven and earth comes. Okay, we know that happened in 70 AD. So, well, okay, till all be fulfilled. It could have, this is where I question myself. I'm pretty sure it's when God poured out his vengeance on the unbelieving Jews, or the unbelieving Israelites in 70 AD. But it also could have been when Christ was resurrected. That could be when all was fulfilled, because he did say on the cross, "It is finished." I know he said a couple other things too, but he said, "It is finished," and then he gave up his spirit. So if there was more work to do, he wouldn't have said it is finished. He would have said it is almost finished, or something along those lines. I don't know what he would have said. But he would not have said it is finished. So kind of lean towards the crucifixion and the resurrection being, but anyway, it's saying that generation that was born was still under the law until Christ brought in the new covenant. So they still had to obey the law and do their sacrifices and their all the things that they did until Christ fulfilled all things. So anyway, I'm going to go on. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments shall teach men, so he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. Did you get that? Did you get that? 19, Matthew 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven, but he will be in the kingdom of heaven. He will be in the kingdom of heaven because all will be in the kingdom of heaven. Because Christ died for everybody, and the Heavenly Father sent His Son to die and reconcile everybody back to Him. So we're all going to be in the kingdom of heaven. I digress on that. Okay, 20. For I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. Ye have heard that it was said of them of old time, Thou shalt not kill. Whoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. But I say to you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raca, shall be in danger of the council. But whoever shall say, Thou fool, shall be in danger of hell fire. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother hath aught against thee, leave there the gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come offer thy gift. Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Verily I say unto you, that thou shalt by no means come out thence, till thou hast paid the uttermost farthing. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath already committed adultery in his heart. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out, cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not thy whole body should be cast into hell. And if thy right hand offends thee, cut it off and cast it from thee, for it is profitable that one of thy members should perish, and not thy whole body should be cast into hell. It has been said, Whoever shall put away his wife, let her give a divorce. But I say unto you that whosoever put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causes her to commit adultery, and whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committeth adultery also. Again, ye have heard that it is said by old timers, Thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto the Lord thine oaths. For I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heavens, for it is God's throne, nor by the earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great King. Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou canst not make one hair white or black. But let your communication be, yeah, yeah, or nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. Ye have heard it hath been said. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. We're over an hour now. So anyway, I want to thank you all again for stopping by. Tell you all I love you all and I care about each and every one of you. And kiss your kids, give them hugs, tell them that you love them. Let your spouse know that you love her and what she means to you. Your parents, and everybody that you love, just let them know what they mean to you. It'll mean a lot to them. And just know that I love you all and I want you all to be safe out there and just take care of yourselves and the heat's anything like it is here, just stay hydrated and just keep yourselves healthy and just remember that God and Jesus have taken care of everything and everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. You don't have to worry about falling short because we all do every day. That's why he sent his son to save us. So I love you all. Until next time, I'm going to say peace. See you then.